Shalom Israel first, only all praise glory honor to Yahweh Bashim outside Bashim Gakwadash, the Warren Sea Apostles Ezra Millstone, Peace Citation 1/3 of Israel. And for this lesson, we'll title it Not on Our Time. And basically going into how, the prophecies, we don't call the shots on prophecy. We don't dictate, when these things happen. Our job is just to warn. Right? And obviously begin with the elders apostles on down. And a lot of people, they don't believe because things aren't happening. They ultimately have an expected date on when these things should occur. All right. For example, you say, "Oh, famines are coming." All right. I remember this. I had a friend in the world. I told him, famines are coming and whatnot. And a couple months later, he's like, "Where the famines at?" Scoffing and shit. And obviously, a famine don't just happen overnight. Things have to be built up. All right. Just like World War III has to be built up. The MOTB, these things have to be, it's gradualism. All right. They don't just happen overnight. All right. And, but, enough of the rambling. Let's read 2 Ezra 4. And I'll start at 36. It says, unto these things Uriel the archangel gave him answer and said, even when the number of seeds is filled in you, for he had weighed the world in the balance. By measure hath he measured the times, and by number hath he numbered the times, and he doth not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled. So ultimately, it's like a domino effect. Prophecy, is on a domino effect. The destruction's not gonna come until the MOTB is implemented, the elect are sealed, and so on and so forth. It's not just gonna happen overnight, and that's why. Let's get the book of Habakkuk 2:3 says, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come and will not tarry." All right. And people are caught up in the tarrying stage. Let's look at the word tarry. All right, tarry, to delay, retard. That's funny, but to linger. All right, to delay. So these people thinking prophecy is delaying. It's because ultimately they have it in their own mindset. Oh, this thing is gonna happen. This time, this, that, and third. There's a scripture on that, I believe. There you go. The water about me outside. All right. But that's why the Lord said we have to be patient. Patient goes into suffer. That's a part of it. All right. But when these things hit, they come in full force. There's no delaying. We're gonna be living in these prophecies real soon. All right. And you see everything that's going on right now. Things are speeding up. All right. We're no longer in those days, those couple years ago where we telling, or beginning with the elders apostles on down, we telling you, hey, these things are gonna take place. Get right. All right. Now, the talking is almost finished. Things things are moving. All right. But Matthew 24, and I'll start at 36. It says, "Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing." And what is that? Serving Halbash me outside, feeding the sheep. All right. That's what we want to be found doing when the Lord come back. We don't want to be found boasting in the world, dropping the plow and looking back, because this place is finished. All right. It says, "Verily I say unto you that he shall make him ruler over all his goods." And that's, the foresight we have. All right. That's what we're looking forward to. Being rulers in the kingdom. All right. What we're doing is not in vain. What we're doing is not just, one day we just, we 144K the spirit all the way about me outside, but ultimately we trying to be rulers. All right. There's a reward to all this. All right. Now obviously, Scripture say, after we done with that, after we done that which we are supposed to do, say, we're unprofitable servants because, we did what we are supposed to do, roughly paraphrasing. All right. But ultimately, salvation, all right, salvation is, it's a package. You get delivered out of this place. The Lord, the Lord keeps you straight, all right, in the evil days to come. You be delivered out of destruction. You get a crown and you get to rule. All right, that sounds like you can't beat that. All right. What's that? There's a scripture on that. It says, for our light affliction, which is but for a moment. I believe that's 1 Corinthians 4:17. I'm not. Hold up. I want to be on point. 1 Corinthians 4. Dang, I was off. Salakia. 2 Corinthians 4:17. There you go. 2 Corinthians 4:17. It says, for our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. All right. And that takes time. The kingdom has to be built up. The kingdom's not here yet, obviously, because America's still ruling. But these things take time ultimately. But let me read down. It says, but 48th verse. But and if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to smite his fellow servants, and to eat and drink with the drunken, the Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he's not aware of, and shall cut him asunder and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. All right, and that's the position we don't want to be in, because we know the truth. We know we've been given the secrets on what's coming. All right. And you're gonna drop this truth. You're gonna drop the most precious knowledge for some bullshit for some bullshit temporary ass pleasures. All right, which is gonna be gone real soon. All right, and then you stop serving the Lord. Now what? You on the Lord's hit list. We don't want that shit. What's that? Hebrews 10:31 is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. All right, so, and that's why the Lord constantly reminds us to keep watch. Keep watch. Oh, what's that? Is it Luke 19? Or is it? Okay, Luke 21:34. It says, and take heed to yourselves, lest at any times your minds be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life, and so that day come upon you unawares. And that's what these people are all engulfed in. The cares of this life. That's why, they don't believe in the prophecies. Ultimately, they're not watching. All right, and obviously they're not part of the elect. Lord willing, we part of the elect. All right, but that's why we're commanded to stay focused. All right. Reading on down, it says, 35th verse, for as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. All right. World War III is about to happen. You still got motherfuckers making TikTok videos and people just living their normal life like nothing's gonna happen. All right. It says, watch ye therefore and pray always that ye may be counted worthy to escape all these things shall come to pass and to stand before the Son of Man. All right. So that's what we're doing. We're standing upon our watch and pushing this truth to the best of our ability, because we want to be saved. We don't want to be left here with these damn heathens. All right. I ain't even gonna say that. All right, but let's go to 2 Peter 2:3. All right, 2 Peter 3:3. It says, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lust, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation. All right, so these people, they think things are supposed to happen on their time. We don't operate on our time. We operate on the Lord's time. All right. Even Yahweh Shai don't know when he's coming back. All right, but he gave us the signs that these things, when these things happen, look up for your what's that? Let's get that. I kind of just botched two scriptures. I'll get them both. Okay, never mind. Luke 21 and 28. It says, and when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. So, so the Lord, he gave us insight on, all right, when these things start popping off, just know that salvation is right around the corner. All right, but these people don't know that. All right, because ultimately, they're not watching, and they have an expected date and a time when the Lord gonna come back. But it don't work like that. All right, because ultimately, the Lord, he gave us the date and the time. You know how many people would bullshit, and then that week of the Lord returning, they gonna try to get right? No, and that's how Christians do. They being a demon their whole life, and then when they on their deathbed, they want to say the Lord's Prayer. Get the fuck out of here, all right? But ultimately with that, points made. We operate on the Lord's time, all right, and we almost out this bitch, all right. So keep focused and watch, all right. So Lord willing, such was edifying. Want to give all praise, glory, honor to Yahweh, Bashmi, Al Shah, Bashmi, Kakadash. Till next time, shalom.